Hello there, all you miniatures lovers on the interwebs. I'm Doc Eon. It's a Monday, and I'm here to ramble. Today's Monday, the 4th of May, 2026. I'm going to ramble about these three Reaper wizard, or at least kind of spellcasting figures. And, well, let's start off by apologizing. There was not an episode last week. You know, life got in the way. These things happen sometimes, but I'm back on track now. I'm not going to miss many Mondays the coming months. Anyway, so some of these. This guy is really bright. This lady is very dark, but you know, clear colors. And I thought this guy was sort of in between. He's got a more dark gray outfit, a lot of dark colors, but some, you know, a splash of that bright blue and some green. Make it stand out a little bit. And painted some non-Caucasian skin colors for a change, just to get some you know, diversity in my models. And yeah, I'm overall pretty pleased with how these turned out. And thus they are done. Let's move on to works in progress. And here we have the fighting men and women of Reaper miniatures. Two female human fighters, and I suppose this is a Goliath, because he's much bigger than the humans. Male Goliath barbarian or something. He's at least dual wielding and lightly armored, so you know, something like that. And I've prepped them, primed them, and used my standard, well, sometimes standard method of just giving them this thin dark brown wash, the same dark brown paint that I've used for the bases. But a thicker coat on the bases, a very thin down coat overall, just to pick out the details, to make them visible to my old weak eyes. It's not really undershading, because I'm going to paint over most of it, but it's there just to help me, you know, it's to show me the lines I'm painting within, so to speak, so I can paint by numbers. Now for the bases, these all have pretty beefy integral bases, but for two of them I added bases because I felt the shape of the bases was wrong, too oval and too narrow. This one has a really big oval base, and it's so big that if I added a 25mm round base under it, it would stick out a lot. I don't really like this base. This is a bad habit. Because, and I should perhaps reiterate why I like the round 25mm, exactly 25mm round bases. It's because they work with square gridded maps. If you're using like miniatures on a map and using detailed rules for movement, I want them to fit within the squares. This will not. It'll stick out. So it's not as functional. But you know, changing it, adapting this base would require a lot of cutting, a lot of crafting, and it's not that big a deal. It's not so huge it matters that much to me. I'm not going to do that work. Also, I'll just keep this base as it is. Anyway, now these are all pretty different, and will have really different color schemes. So I'm not sure. So that there's no batch painting going on here. They're all going to have different hair colors and skin colors and everything. So, well, one of them at least, I hope to be finished with next week. Maybe two, maybe three. We'll see how much time I have. It's about time I get back to some Malifaux. I realized of my unpainted pile, there's so much Malifaux. I really need to get to work on it. And what I have left to paint is like probably at least half of them, the models I have, are Resurrectionists, and of the remaining half, a good chunk are guild, and then some outcasts, I believe, and some mixed stuff. A lot of guild, and you know, this is good for if I ever get around to playing the role-playing game connected to Malifaux, because resurrectionists and guild are like typical villains. And I've already painted, I think, all of the Neverborn I had, which are the other major villain faction. So yeah, this is the Nicodem box set for first edition. It has 5 models: Nicodem himself, his henchman Mortimer, and 3 samurai punk zombies. Yeah, these are all extremely dark. They're all like black or dark brown. I think I'll vary it up a little bit with the colors, but you know, yes, he resurrectionists tend to go dark and gritty. They're not going to be bright and colorful, but you know, they can be dark and gritty primary colors, like dark and gritty red, dark and gritty blue. It doesn't just all have to be gray and brown. That's a little boring. So I'll prep these for next week. I'm gonna see if I have any interesting scenic bases I can use for them. And yeah, we will get cracking on these. So that was this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. But above all, I'll be back here next week. Same day of the week, same channel, same Doc Eon, who for now is signing off.